Enzo Maresca speaks out about Chelsea's defensive woes. In this just completed tour of the United States preseason set of games, Chelsea have conceded 12 goals from 4 games while scoring, 9 goals. And Enzo Maresca was asked about the high line the team have been playing all through the preseason so far, whether it was part of what he wanted the team to do or it was sort of a carryover from the previous coaching administration, or it was as a result of the players not understanding what he sort of requires them to do. And he did say that the high line is not what he was looking to play, but more thinking about dropping 2 to 3 meters behind, or 3 to 4 meters. I think that's where his exact was, 3 to 4 meters, sort of to prevent against counter-attacking transition. So, what do I think about this? Now, is it that he's blaming Mauricio Pochettino? I know that's where many people go to because that's like the big news. So that, for engagement purposes, oh, he's blaming Mauricio Pochettino. So to get people on either side, those who love Pochettino and those who didn't quite like Pochettino, those who rated Pochettino and those who didn't quite rate Pochettino would be at loggerheads. Or you have the Enzo Maresca faithfuls, on the one end, and you have the Mauricio Pochettino faithfuls on the other. So I think the answer is more in the middle, because I think Enzo Maresca wants to play this possession football, dominating the ball, aggressive pressing, man v man press, and to some extent higher line as well. But I think he wants to be able to press high, but also without the ball, have the defenders drop into the defensive shape. While the offensive part of the team, the attacking midfield onwards, press whilst they're not with the ball, whilst they're not with the ball and try to regain possession instantly. But once you have any offensive or attacking transition in your direction, in the direction of the team, then you have the centre backs and the fullbacks fall into their normal positions, and being in a lower defensive block, not a complete 2 banks of 4, but in the lower defensive blocks. And he also said the reasoning behind dropping, on wanting to drop 3 to 4 meters, was to sort of prevent long balls being played over the top. And we saw that quite a bit against Real Madrid as well. In the game that was played in the early hours of today. If you've not seen my reaction to that game, you check my video, I think the video before this one, and let me know your thoughts and opinions in that regard. But what do you think about this? What are your thoughts or opinion on Enzo Maresca speaking out? Are you happy with him speaking out? Do you think the defensive line is the problem or not a problem? So for me, I feel, I've always said this, high line is good, but without without uniform high pressing, then there's no point. You will hurt yourself. You hurt yourself playing a high line without pressing aggressively and having that press be uniform. That is, you're not having one player pressing or 2 players pressing and then the rest of the team are just sitting back. You need to have that uniform press. For me, I feel that's very, very important. So for me, I appreciate that Enzo Maresca identifies the problem. Unlike Graham Potter, that would have just said, "Oh, the boys gave their best and that's it." Identify the problem, because the first step to solving any problem in life, in football, is being able to identify what the problem is, and then and only then will you be able to go on to solve it. So it's fine, it's nice. I like it that he's actually identifying what the problem is with the team, because offensively, the movement is slick, good passing, good combination play, but we just don't have a little striker in the box. Nkunku is very good, don't get me wrong, he's a wonderful player, tons of skills, tons of ability. I'll be making another video, not today anyways, but looking at him and Palmer being very important to how Enzo Maresca wants to play, and any success just to get this season in those two advanced 8 rows. but he's not a number nine. You don't want him there. You want a number nine that has that instinct to score goals. So that's for the attacking offensive front. So defensively, there are some mistakes in that Real Madrid game, and then the high line as well. But another thing about this high line that we need to consider as well is if you want to play a high line, you need to play pacey centre backs. Colwill has pace for a centre back, but Badger Shield doesn't. He doesn't, and he's not imposing anyway. He doesn't. So I think that's something that should be looked at as well. That's something that should be looked at as well. And I also think Renato Vega should play at left back. He can invert and go into the midfield, but he has that. I think he has that recovery pace, to track runners, to track long balls that come in that direction, and then as well. I know for the next 4 games, Premier League games, for the first 4 Premier League games, Regime would miss those games. So I want Malagusto to play at right back there as well. So you'll be able to track long balls and be played and then counter attacks as well. Because that's what will always happen. This is nothing new. Football is always a game of questions. If you decide to play with 2 banks of 4, defend deep, try to deny the opposition space, and then you lose possession, or rather you're unable to have any sort of substantial possession. The opponent will want to, okay, we'll hold this ball, and what would you do when we pass the ball around? When we pass the ball quickly, combination play, how would you be able to track us? Also, conversely, if you decide that, we want to be on the ball like Enzo Maresca wants to do, want to be expansive, opposition teams will always ask you 2 questions. Can you match our physicality? Can you match our intensity? And then, what if we play the ball long? What are you going to do? So those are questions this team and Enzo Maresca has to answer. It's good he has identified what the problem is defensively. I'm saying probably the defensive high line is too much. Maybe to drop to 3 to 4 meters, behind, so you're able to, counteract, but at least deal with long balls over the top coming into the final third. Yeah, that's fine. But now it's time to implement. And and the way to implement this or forestall those sort of things is by getting someone like Tosin there. Or if you just want to go for pure pace in your centre backs, you go with Levi Colwill and Wesley Fofana. But Badger Shield, no. I think the only way Badger Shield works is when you have an experienced guy like Thiago Silva that we lost. Unfortunately, he went back to play for Fluminense. When you have that happen, when you have him playing a long time, that young centre back, he's unable to hold his own, in my opinion. But when he's playing with someone experienced like a Thiago Silva or something like that, I think then he's able to step up. Then he's able to take instructions and guidance from the experienced centre back, and then and plays better that way. So for me, I think it's nice once again Enzo Maresca identified this, but it's time now to execute. It's time now to execute. But this is good. This is also good. This is the final point I'll make on this. This is very, very good because unlike some other coaches we see, they have their philosophy of play, they have their style of play, patterns of play, but they refuse to tweak anything about this. And I see that he is willing to tweak things that don't work. He's able to identify things that are not working and able to tweak them for the betterment of the team. So I want to know your thoughts and opinions on this, in the comment section. But before I go, please, please, please smash the subscribe button. Click the like button as well. Helps with the algorithm. And as well, click notification bell so you're notified each time I post a video, and you can come join me on here on the channel. So for now, have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye bye.